Well, we're back. I'm trying to think about what I saw earlier that I was going to talk about. Yeah, it'll come to me. God, what was that? So much fucking gay shit I saw today. I mean, it's like, you know, it's overwhelming, the amount of dumb gay shit. You know what I mean? So when you see so much dumb gay shit throughout the day that when you finally sit down to discuss the dumb gay shit you saw, your mind goes blank. You're like, what? Because there's so much. The mind is overwhelmed by the amount of dumb gay shit that you see on a daily basis. I'd scan my ID to get on YouTube. What's the big deal? I wouldn't scan it to go look at porn. I mean, y'all should see that as a blessing in disguise, quite frankly. I don't see why everybody's mad about it. Well, I know why you're mad about it. But it's a blessing in disguise because you don't need to be looking at that shit anyway. And if you put your ID in to look at porn, you're a fucking loser. I mean, you are a loser. And one day there'll be like a file that'll come out and it'll have all your names on it. And you just think, you might be saying to yourself, well, what's the big deal? I don't care. People know I watch porn. Hell, who cares? That's not what I'm saying. Like, that's not what you got to worry about. What you got to worry about is when you get on there, when it all leaks out, they got your ID, and then somehow they're going to have everything you ever searched for, every video you ever watched. And you're going to be in there watching hentai or something. God knows what you're watching. Don't do that to yourself. Trust me. That's a bad idea. Take it as a blessing in disguise. Like, you just can't watch porn no more. It's over. You know, you got to put the age verification in. You got to put your ID in. Now you have no choice but to quit watching it. It's a perfect excuse to quit watching it. Jerkmate logs. What did some dude call it in some video I seen? The Nut Files or something? He called it the Nut Files. The Nut Chronicles. I just think it's a great excuse to quit watching porn, I think. Unless you're one of these losers who's going to actually put your ID in. I mean, get a girlfriend. Fuck her. It's way better anyway. It's way better than all that pornography. Have sex with an actual woman. Oh, I'm glad they're getting rid of the I'm glad EBT needs to be cleaned up. I mean, when I was on food stamps, I would buy sodas and stuff, but that don't mean you should be able to. Of course, I don't care what they do with it. I ain't been on food stamps in 15 fucking years, so I don't give a shit. But I understand it. I understand, like, it should be for, like, meat, hamburger meat, and vegetables, and fruit, and bread, and milk, you know. Food. Actual food. Not snacks and candies and cookies and so. And then I keep hearing all day long, well, poor people deserve a soda. Poor people deserve this. Poor people deserve that. I mean, I'm poor and I'm about to drink a Mountain Dew. Buy it with your own money, like the rest of us do. I listen to all these people. Oh, poor people, they don't deserve nothing. They don't deserve anything. Nobody's saying that. What we're saying is, it's so funny watching them like, I'm poor, and I'm telling you to get a job and pay for it yourself. I'm poor. So, it ain't like I'm some rich guy lecturing the poor. I'm fucking poor. And somehow I've got a soda here. How did I afford it? I mean, it's a bunch of nonsense. And quitting porn, quitting the soda. I mean, come on. Both of those are good things. Quitting that soda, quitting that porn, those are good things. That's not bad for you. So you should be happy that the government's gonna take your porn and your fucking I mean, you can still go buy a soda. You just gotta make your own money and do it yourself. I just all day long read the dumbest fucking tweets. Like, poor people they deserve a snack. They deserve. Who said they don't deserve a snack? Who said that? Buy your own snack. You can't be begging other people to buy it. It's the craziest shit. You got food stamps from the taxpayer, and then the taxpayer's like, well, you can't buy this with it, and you're mad about that? I don't get it. I mean, I get being mad the free ride's over. I understand free ride's over. You're upset, but I've been saying for years, don't rely on the government to feed you, pay your bills, and none of that, because it can be taken away. You get a new president, get a new Congress, whatever, new mayor, whatever the hell. He could just decide to start fucking chipping away at that stuff. That's the thing about the Democrats. Like, they want you poor. They love it. They want you dependent on them. They're the party of welfare and everything, and that's why they are, because they want you dependent. If you're dependent on the welfare and the food stamps and all that government stuff, you're going to vote Democrat because the Republicans are going to take it away. You see the psyop? You see the game? The reason I don't vote Democrat, I don't give a fuck what these, about these, because I don't get any of that stuff. So take it away. I don't care. Take it all away. Take the food stamps and the welfare. And the food stamps and shit should be for single mothers anyway. It shouldn't be for single men. I mean, maybe you can get some if you're married with kids or whatever, but single men and women sitting on food stamps is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Go get a job like everybody else. Pay your own fucking bills. Pay for your own food. Nobody owes you anything. Trust me, nobody owes you a thing. Y'all got to get over this entitlement. The entitlement you have as a person. It's crippling to go through your life thinking you're owed shit. You're not owed anything. You're not owed health care. You're not owed food or water. You're not owed a fucking thing. Welcome to planet Earth. Where if you want stuff, you're going to have to go get a job and get, because that's just the nature of life. Someone has to go and grow the food on a farm. Somebody got to put it on the shelf. Some truck driver's got to drive his truck and bring it in. So you got to buy that. They just can't give it to you for free. All these other people worked and got a paycheck for doing that, but you deserve it for free. Crazy entitlement. I'm so tired of listening to them whine. These are some of the weakest, softest people in America. Oh, what if he takes my soda? You don't even need soda. That's the funniest part about it. I seen a video. Big fat woman. She was like, you can't get Reese cups on food stamps no more? Bitch, you don't need a Reese cup? You don't need no damn Reese cup. You're huge. It's just... RFK is right when he's like, we can't be paying for people to get fat and give them diabetes. He's right. How can you argue with that? Nobody is saying you can't go buy a 12-pack of soda with your money that you earned at your job. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying you can't go buy. I could go buy a Reese cup right now with my own money. These people want to be. They want the taxpayer to buy them Reese cups and soda. And you know, I understand. Like, I get it. You're mad. I get being mad about it, but the way they try to like guilt trip you about it, like, you poor people don't deserve anything. Poor people don't fucking deserve. I'm also tired of people lying. I'm tired of poor people lying too. I'm real tired of that. Poor people lying their ass off. I'm telling you right now. Take it from a poor person. A lot of people poor because of what they spend their money on, and they got money for drugs, they got money for sodas and energy drinks, all these things. And you can go through your whole life not having an energy drink, you'll be just fine. You could go your whole life not have it. You actually be better off. You'll be better off without drugs. You'll be better off without soda and candy and all those things. So, you know, whining about it, oh my God, I might not be able to get it. Oh, a poor person, they deserve a snack. They deserve, it's just crazy. Like, you're arguing to make these people more unhealthy. They can't even afford health care. They don't even have health care. They can't afford to go to the doctor. The last thing they need is sodas and Reese cups. That's the last thing they need. But let me tell you right now, they can afford that. And if you can't afford to buy a 12-pack of soda with your money, you're in over your head. Take it from a guy that's been in over his head. I've spent the last year of my life fucking changing my whole life around, so I don't have to live like that no more. I'm tired of that. And I'm not like all you people. I don't make excuses. I don't blame everybody else. I just blame myself. I just look at myself and say, I'm broke. And why am I broke? Because of me. Ain't nobody else spending my money. That must be me. I was going to Chick-fil-A every fucking day. And then I said, can't do this no more. It doesn't work. Now, instead, I should have made a video and say, I deserve Chick-fil-A. The taxpayer should pay for it. You can go to Chick-fil-A every day and get you a little $10 meal. You can do that, but you're going to be broke. You're going to be broke a lot. But you can go to Chick-fil-A if you want. You can do what you want. Or you can eat something at home for like 75% less. It's a choice. Do what you want to do. But you can't go crying to the taxpayer. It's insane. I'm telling you right now, the best thing you can do for these people is to let them suffer. I know people don't want to hear that, but that's the reality of life. Suffering causes you to change. It's the only thing that's ever made me change anything about my life was sitting and suffering. Sitting in the darkness and suffering for as long as it took for me to say, I don't want to do this no more. That's the only way you're going to change. You're not going to change if someone's coming fucking saving you all the time. And it's okay to save people. It's okay to get, you know, if you want to help somebody, you can do that. But y'all want it to be, I see this too, where people's like, well, we should help poor people. And it's like, okay, make a donation. Here's my Cash App. I'm poor. Send me some money. You want to help so bad? No. You got to vote Democrat. Oh, so if I vote Democrat, they're going to take someone else's money and give it to me? That don't seem right. Why don't you just give me your money? I mean, you're standing here telling me how great you are, how much you care about the poor, you love. I'll show you my bank account. I'll prove to you I don't have no money. So you could help me, or you go find a homeless man. Go find somebody worse off than me. Go find a homeless man and give him some money. Just walk up to him and go, here's $500, buddy. Got you, buddy. Now he gonna go spend all that on drugs. You're probably gonna kill that homeless man. If you go give that homeless man $500, he's probably gonna be dead by the morning because he's gonna go buy a bunch of drugs and OD on it. That's another thing we don't want to be honest about while all these people are living on the fucking street. They're drug addicts. It's not because, oh God, I seen Gavin Newsom. Oh my God. This is like an old clip, but he was like arguing like people's homeless because they lost their job. Oh no. Because that's kind of understandable. You lost your job, you ended up homeless. But there are probably some people like that. That's not a majority of homeless people, but that does exist. Gavin Newsom. Listen to this. Gavin Newsom. You can find this clip on the internet somewhere. Adam Carolla was playing it the other day. So Gavin Newsom is explaining homeless, why people are homeless. And he's like, he's arguing with somebody on some radio show or something. It's like, well, it's drug addicts and stuff. And Gavin's like, well, that, you know, yeah, some people. He's like, but there's also a lot of people. There's also the mother with 2 kids, and she has a full-time job, but she makes minimum wage. First of all, I don't know many jobs that pay minimum wage. Maybe in fucking liberal land, California, but around here, I mean, McDonald's starts you out at like $12 an hour. So I don't know what the fuck you're working at. If you're working for minimum wage in 2025, you're a retard, because you could go to McDonald's and make like 12. I mean, I work at a grocery store starting out $15.65. I mean, you can't work at a grocery store. You can't work at a McDonald's. You can't work at a Burger King, or. I wouldn't work for minimum wage. I just wouldn't do it. You can't live off that. What the fuck are you gonna do? So, I mean, that's why most jobs don't pay minimum wage, because literally no one's gonna work for that, because you literally cannot survive. You can live at home with mama, and well, you don't pay any bills or whatever, and who cares what you make, right? You don't pay nothing. But if you got to pay all your own bills and feed yourself, you can't live off that. That's why most jobs, they're way above minimum wage. They're not paying, because no one's going to fucking apply at the job. And I don't know if you figured this out yet, but they need people to work at the job, because if nobody comes in and works, they don't make any money. You understand? A lot of you are too retarded to understand how valuable you are. You're retarded. You've been beaten into submission by propaganda. I feel sorry for a lot of you, actually, because you've been beaten into submission by the propaganda. And I used to be just like you, but I've just realized I'm propagandized, and everything I've been taught my whole life is a lie, and I have to do the opposite of it. And that's the solution to life. Listening to these people get you killed. You'll be fucked. You'll be so fucked. You'll have credit cards, and you'll have all this debt. Now, some people can use a credit card. Some people are very disciplined with their money, very disciplined with everything. That ain't me. Last thing I need. I got sense enough not to get one, because it's a bad idea. Then I got to listen to people tell me, no, you need one. You're just, oh, you don't know me. I know me better than you. I'm not doing that to myself. I'm not even putting myself in that position. I could probably handle it now, but years ago, fuck no. I've been buying games with it. I'd fucked my whole life up. I'd be in so much debt. Go out, you buy something with it, you say, I'll pay it off, and then you don't, because something comes up, and then you're done. Then they got you. Now that interest starts rolling in. Fuck them credit cards. Fuck all that shit. Credit card's great if you got a bunch of money in the bank. So if something does come up, you just go, nah, fuck it. It doesn't matter. I'll pay the bill. I got money in the bank. But you've been propagandized by the media. You got to have these things. You got to have this. You got to have that. You don't need any of it. Tell you another thing I got rid of. Cell phones. I got rid of the cell phone service. I said, fuck this shit. You don't need it. You do not need Wi-Fi at your house and at your job. That's where you're at 90% of the time. Probably more than that. Actually, like I'd say 99% of your life is spent at your house and at your job. And that other 1%, you'll be all right. Well, what if people can't get a hold of me if I'm out running around town? Good. Good. I have Wi-Fi. I have Wi-Fi at work and here where I live. And when me and my girl go out somewhere, I don't even get on my phone because I don't have service on it. I don't even use it. They like that better anyway. When you ain't on your goddamn phone. Try it out. You've been propagandized. Take it from a guy that I remember when cell phones didn't even exist. And when you was out, nobody could get a hold of you. And it was fine. But you've been propagandized into you have to be connected to the internet and to society 24/7, and you don't. And you're spending $50 to $100 a month. I mean, I was spending $130. It's ridiculous. Just for some cell phone service that I only use 1% of the time. Crazy. Absolutely insane. I'm done with it. I'm just done with all this stupid shit. This unnecessary, expensive shit that just bleeds your money. Paying over $1,200 a year for a fucking cell phone plan. It's insanity. It's nuts. But gotta have it. Goddamn, gotta have it. What if somebody tries to call you while you're at the store? Well, first of all, every fucking store has Wi-Fi. Every restaurant has it. I mean, there's very few places that you can't connect to the fucking Wi-Fi anyway. And then your phone works just like you're on, once you get on Wi-Fi, you can't call people, but who the fuck calls people anyway? You can't be scam called, none of that bullshit. Leave me the fuck alone. How about leaving me alone? I'm going to pay $130 a month to be bothered by people? That's insane. That's insane. No more of that. Done with it. Don't have a car. That's another thing that I don't have to spend money on. Fucking car. Gasoline. I was thinking about it on the way home. I was like, because I'm probably going to get a moped next year. But then I was thinking, why do I even need that? I was thinking about this walking home. Like, I don't even need that. Where do I go? Nowhere. I don't go anywhere. I don't want to go anywhere. Where do I go? Well, where do you have to go? The grocery store? Well, I go there 5 goddamn days a week already. I work there. So I'm always going there. Well, you might need to go pick up some groceries. Well, you got Instacart. I'm telling you, man, like, get rid of your car. I'm telling you. Really think about. Now, if you're rich, of course, you wouldn't do this, but this is for people that are broke. It's for people that are tired of being broke. Like, you work all the time, but you have no money. Like, you pay your bills, you feed yourself, but you can't do anything. You have no money to buy a game or nothing. You can't go see a movie. You can't do a goddamn thing. but pay your bills, and all you do is work and pay your bill. That's all you can do. And eat. That's it. You got to start going through that budget and finding things you don't need. And you really got to be honest with yourself. Do you need this? That car, I'm telling you, you don't need it. These car payments are out of control. I mean, I see videos on YouTube sometimes, or X or whatever, them little scroll videos where it's like people talking about their car payments. Dude, some of these car payments are insane. I have Netflix, but I actually use Netflix. I have Paramount Plus. I have Hulu, but that's free because the thing I get through my job, we get Hulu for free. Hulu's merging with Disney Plus, so I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe we'll get Disney Plus free. I don't always have Netflix though. Like some months I don't have it. Some months I'm just like, yeah, fuck it. But if there's something I want to watch on it, Netflix got a lot of good shit. A lot of good documentaries. Netflix has got a lot of good documentaries about people killing motherfuckers. I gotta have Paramount Plus because I'm watching Dexter. Dexter's worth paying for. I don't even know what Paramount Plus is because Maple gave me a code, and I'm still on my free. I don't know how long that lasts, but I ain't paid. I don't think I've paid for it yet. Maybe I did. I don't know. Get rid of that car. I don't have one. I don't pay for gas. I don't have car insurance payment. I don't have car payment. I get gas points from work and shit that like lowers the amount of when you buy gas there. I let my girl use that. Hell, I don't use it. I'm telling you, 10 years from now, you won't even need a car. Maybe if you live out in the middle of nowhere. You definitely need a car if you live out. I live like around everything. The movie theaters right around the corner. There's all the restaurants are over here. Like I'm like in the middle of the city. By the way, you don't need to go anywhere. Spend money. That's all you're doing when you're going out, getting that car, drive somewhere, spend some goddamn money. Spend money to drive the car. Spend money to spend money to have the car. Spend money to put gas in the car. Spend money to have insurance on the car. Get in the car, go somewhere, spend more money. That's all it is. A money pit, a car. I was going to buy a bike, but now I'm thinking maybe I won't. Maybe I actually won't. That's not true. The Gen Z, a lot of them don't even want cars. Cars are going out of style, I'm telling you. Because now we have Instacart, we have DoorDash, we have the Uber. If you really want to go somewhere, you just get an Uber. Think about it logically. You're thinking from the perspective of somebody with a bunch of money. You don't give a shit because you got money. You're going to have a car. You got to think like a poor person. If you're a poor person, you can spend $500-$600 a month, and that's really what it's going to cost for that goddamn car. When you put it all together, you spend a lot of money. Why do that when you can just, if you really wanted to go somewhere, you just get an Uber? And how many times are you going to really go somewhere? besides go to work, come home? Who has money to go somewhere anyway? Go do what? Spend money you don't have? I'm telling you, cars going to be one of the first things you get rid of if things get worse, if Trump is wrong and the country plummets into hell, that'll be the first thing you'll start thinking, I'm gonna get rid of that car. You'll move closer to your job so you can just walk there, or maybe you could take a bus if you have a bus in your city or something. You're gonna be thinking, man, I could free up like $500-$600 a month. Just dump this fucking car. And you're living in an age more and more you don't need a car. You used to need a car. Got to go to goddamn get the groceries. You got to do this. You got to do that. Well, now you got Instacart. And you see people with cars are having to go out and do like DoorDash and Instacart just to pay for the car, probably. Put the car to work. I put this goddamn car to work. You'll need to be driving around it. That's the last thing I need to be doing, driving around at night. I ain't had no luck with that. Sun goes down, I get inside. I learned my lesson. Enough. Can't see out there. The young generation, they ain't look it up. More and more, they don't even want a car. They don't get a license. They don't get a car. Nothing, because they don't need it. They understand they don't need it. Like they're like 20 years old and they really don't need it, and then like 10 years from now, they definitely won't need it because they'll have so many options. Elon's coming with these robotic taxis. There's all kinds of shit they're working on. You're not gonna need it. And you're not going to spend hundreds of dollars a month for some unnecessary car. Especially if the economy's bad and you ain't got no money. You're going to be looking to cut shit out. And that car will be what you cut out. What you going to cut out? You ain't going to have Netflix? You ain't going to watch TV? Yeah, but you're just going to drive that car around? With what money? With what gas? No, Gen Z has Uber and these apps on their phone. That's why they're not getting cars. It's just not logical. It doesn't make any sense. All right, get this car insurance. Get this car payment. Get this. Put gas in this son of a bitch. All this money just to go somewhere when you can just fucking get an Uber and go. The Uber is going to be way cheaper. You're going to spend way less on Uber a month unless you're just going all over the goddamn place. Especially if you live in a city where you can just walk places. What the fuck you get a car for? Other than to look cool with your cool car. Watch some of these videos of some of these people with the car payments. I'm telling you, you'll be like, what? I seen one guy was like $1,200 a month for some fucking real, like a brand new car or something. Some real fancy car. $1,200 car payment every month. I'm just like, dude, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? But probably get a lot of pussy in that car. I'd rather have the 1,200. Keep the pussy. If it's between $1,200 a month or the pussy, I'm taking a $1,200 a month. Don't even got to think about that one. Give me the money. The money wins out over the pussy any day, anytime. I mean, it's bad enough you got the fucking rent. And the expense for the car is getting it's damn near as much as the rent. It's out of control. Think of all you can do with that money you spend on that car every month. Think of all that money every month that goes out. Add it up sometime. Add up the gas, the car payment, the insurance. Add it all up. Look at that number. Just look at it and be like, damn. I'll walk, buddy. That's why I like the bike, because it's like you can get that, you can drive it around, it goes like 40 miles an hour, and you just buy it and that's it. You ain't got no payment on it, you ain't got to put insurance on it. Like $2 will fill it up. So you spend like, I don't know, $1,200 outright, buy it, that's it, brand new. Something like that. But then again, do you even need that? Just something to get hit by a fucking car on or something. That's all it is. Imagine spending $1,200 to get hit by a fucking car. $1,200 just for a car to smash into you. Totals the whole thing, damn near kills you. Now, if you survive, you'll get tens of thousands of dollars. If a really rich person hits you, you'll be loaded. If somebody hits you with their car, you gotta hope it's a rich person with like really good insurance. I mean, imagine paying that insurance to begin with. Deal with it. I'll walk. I'll walk and I'll live like it's the 90s, where when I'm not home, you can't get a hold of me. Where am I? Who gives a shit? Who knows? Who cares? Mind your business. $100+ a month just to be bothered while you're walking around. Think about it. Think about it. $100+ a month just so somebody can call you while you're driving down the road in that overpriced car. I mean, you just get this. God damn, the bills are piling up. Pay all this money to drive somewhere you don't want to go to anyway. And pay all this money so somebody you don't want to talk to can call you while you're fucking going somewhere you don't want to go. I mean, my God. You know the good thing about not having a car? Nobody ever calls you for a ride. No one's ever like, hey, can you... No one ever goes, hey, can you go get... Oh, yeah. You're not going to get nothing. Nope, I'm not. Can't. Gotta wash the thing. Gotta take it to the car wash, wash it. Spend money on that. I mean, look at this mortgage. I thought my rent was insane. Jesus. This guy's paying over $3,000 a month. For what? For some house. And you'll probably be paying on that house for the rest of your life. You'll probably never pay it off. It'll just be a constant fucking. How's that any different from rent? It's all a scam. I don't know nothing about guys. For real, I don't pay no attention. Larson's fucked too, because when that wife figures out she's getting cheated on, the whole thing's gonna collapse. What a mess. What an absolute mess. You're in a mess. Watch out. Step aside. Guy's in a mess. See, that's the problem. You start making some money, then you're like, let me go get a car. Then you get a car. Now you got all these bills. Then you're like, let me get a phone. Let me get this phone. Goddamn. Yeah. Fuck all that. Start getting rid of shit. Tell you, it's all your cars are obsolete. I'm telling you, 10 years from now, you're gonna be like, damn, I should listen to him. I should have got rid of that car when they were worth something. We'll have robot cars, and eventually they'll be like, you can't drive a car because it's dangerous. Because the robot cars will never get in a wreck. They'll get them so good, they'll never hit each other. It'll just be damn near flawless. There'll always be an issue here or there, but it'll be so flawless that they'll start saying, well, you're a liability. They won't insure you. That's how they'll stop you from driving. They won't insure you. They'll just go, fuck that. I'm not fucking insuring you to drive around. Because the robots will rarely ever get in a wreck, and you humans will always be getting into wrecks. And then the liberals will be crying. Some family of 4, Ricky Perez will hit them with his car, kill them, drinking and shit. And we'll be saying, it was the alcohol. He was drunk. It won't matter, though. You know how the facts don't matter? So you'll be saying, it was the alcohol, not he was drunk when he killed that family of 4. And then some liberal will be like, no, these cars are dangerous. Human drivers are dangerous. Let the robot drive you around. And they'll have the data. They'll have the facts. It'll be on their side. They'll have the data. Robots don't ever get in a wreck. And this guy just killed 4 people. He'll slam into one of the robots. The family will be in there. And then Elon will be like, we have to get rid of these cars. If you want to drive your car, go to a racetrack. And they'll open up little tracks where you can go drive your car. A little circle. That'll be a big business where there'll be like places you can go drive your car, like little paths you can drive it, little trees and shit. And you'll drive around there. It's over. Your car's done. Enjoy it while it lasts. But they'll get you sucked into something new. WWE wants us to pay $30 a month for the pay-per-view. I'm not doing that. I'll catch the highlights on YouTube for free. I'm paying them $30 a month to watch what? Give me a break. ESPN out their damn mind. You think I'm paying for that? No thanks, ESPN. Good luck with that. That's how they get you retards, though. You keep buying this shit. You're like, why does it keep getting more expensive? Like, I don't understand. Like, why is... Because you keep buying it. That's why. Stop buying it. If everybody took their car, sold it, and said, fuck it, we're walking to work. Hell with it. They'd shape that shit. That gas price would go down. The price of the car would go. They'd be trying to... That insurance would go down. But they're like, nah, jack it up some more. They're gonna pay it. They're gonna pay it so they can drive around, twiddle their thumbs in their car. Where are they going? Nobody knows. Get rid of that car. You will be forced to get rid of that car. You better hope Donald Trump is right or you're getting rid of that car. Only Trump can save you. Only Trump can save your car. Think about it. You work all the time and then you come home, you're tired. And you sleep and you sleep and you get up, you go back into work, you're tired. You sleep and you sleep. It's because all these fucking things you won't get rid of them. You won't get rid of that car. You won't get rid of that phone. And God knows what some of y'all probably got other stupid ass shit you don't need. God knows what you got. God knows what you got going on. God knows what you're paying for. You get back to the basics. Lights, water, heat, air. It's funny, in England they don't even have air conditioning, and now they have to like get ID just to get on Discord and shit. They're like, I gotta scan my ID to look at porn. It's bullshit. That's a good thing. It really shows how addicted to porn all these motherfuckers are, that they can't even keep it to themselves. They're like publicly like, I can't look at the porn. Because it's been going on for a while, right? They ain't got to watch porn in a while. They're getting restless. They're like, this is bullshit. They're coming out giving speeches and shit. That's a good thing. Don't you see how addicted you are? By the way, it completely destroys the narrative that Jews run the world. They created porn to entrap us and destroy us. Well, then why are they making all these ID laws? Why you got to scan the ID to look at it? Why are they trying to make it harder to look at porn? If they want to destroy, if the whole point of porn is to destroy society. No, I think they've realized that it's went too far. They need people to work. They need people, You're like, oh, we'll get robots. Who knows? Who knows about all that? You're gonna need people to do jobs and shit, and they're too busy jerking off, and it's a fucking mess. Maybe if we make them scan the ID, and that won't even be enough. They're scanning their IDs, I bet. They'll get restless and scan that ID eventually. Like, I'm getting my ID out. Fuck it. I gotta see some titties right now. Fuck it. I'm scanning my ID. I gotta have it. Imagine it. You're tossing, turning for weeks. For fucking weeks, you're tossing and turning. You're, oh God, I'm not scanning my ID, and I'm not addicted to porn. I'm not scanning my ID like one of these weirdo motherfuckers. Not me. I just won't look at it no more. Fuck it. I'll jerk off to the Sears catalog like back in the day. I'll get a magazine from the store with some cleavage. Go old school. Do like we had to do back in the day. Go get a magazine. Go get a Good Housekeeping or something. Some MILF on the cover. She's got just a little bit of titty. Just a little bit of titty show. Not too much. It's just good. It's a family fucking magazine. But just a little bit of titty. Just a little bit. Just a smidgen. Just enough to get the thoughts going. That's what Boxer's gonna have to do. He'll be jerking off to that Sydney Sweeney ad. Does he have to scan his ID before he watches the Sydney Sweeney ad? They were like, God damn, she does got great jeans. I wish she'd take them off. I mean, you nerds have become so pathetic. They realize they got to get you off the porn. They got to get you off of it. Maybe if they make it so you got to scan your ID, maybe you'll stop. That won't be enough, though. Got to ban it. Got to outright ban it. And even that won't be enough for these lunatics. They'll be fucking drawing it and shit. They're all going to scan their little IDs. Tossing and turning. Get that ID out. Just fucking, God. I don't care. I'm getting it. And once you scan your ID for the porno, you'll be scanning it for everything. Hell with it. And I haven't quite figured out how this is like. I keep hearing it's like a threat to our freedom or something. Threat to our privacy. First of all, you don't have privacy. Hate to break it to you, but you haven't had privacy in a long time. Not if you're online. You have no privacy online. I mean, there's no privacy. I don't know who gave you that idea, that you have privacy. You're gonna have to scan your ID. If you want to jerk off, you're gonna have to scan your ID. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a very good thing. First of all, keeps your children off of it. Children don't need to be watching that. And maybe it'll get some people to go, you know what? I'm not scanning my ID to look at this. I'm done. Maybe some people will put it down. If not, you'll be in that nut file. When it all leaks out, they'll be your, there's your ID. I bet you got to take a selfie too, or whatever. You got to take like a picture, like holding your ID next to your face. You'll be fucking. It'll be time stamped too. They'll know like, oh, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. He broke and scanned his ID, January 3rd, 2 a.m. Look at this, and you'll be standing there with your ID next to your head. You have like a smile on your face. I'm about to jerk off. I'm about to fucking come. God. And they'll have you on some website. People will type your name in, and you'll pop up. And then it'll be even worse because they'll have everything you watch will be right there. They'll have like a whole database. Be a whole fucking database. And all the videos you watch. And some people they didn't watch anything. Who cares, you know? But some people watch some weird shit. And there it'll be. You watched fucking Tomb Raider cartoon. Tomb Raider got fucked. And that ain't even as bad as what some of you be watching, Sonic the Hedgehog or something getting fucked. Tails. Fucking some tentacle monster or something sucking on a dick or something. I mean, God knows. Bonnie Blue. Some of you will have Bonnie Blue in the feed. It'll all be there, the nut files. Don't say I didn't warn you when you scan your ID later tonight. When you say, I can't take it anymore, I'm scanning my ID, I'm watching this shit tonight. Remember, I warned you. There's going to be a website, and your ID is going to be sitting right on it. Your name, your little picture, everything you searched for, all the videos you watched. And then mama will be sitting there with it all printed out. Or your wife will be there. And she'll have a lot of questions. Don't end up in the nut files. That's the thing about that OnlyFans too, you know, that eventually that'll get hacked. And they'll have a database of all these guys and all the money they spent and all the things they spend it on. What a horror show that'll be. You know that's all saved on there. It's got to be. Every transaction you made, every little message, all that shit's saved on there. You simping for some whore. How much to see your butthole? You're on there asking her how much to see her butthole. And you spent $500 to see her butthole. And everyone's going to know you did it. And then you'll have to play it off. You'll have to say, well, I guess you're broke. I mean, I guess, you know, I get you $500 to see a butthole is a lot of money for you, but ain't enough for me. You'll try to play it off like that when that has nothing to do with it. I mean, was her butthole right in your face? I mean, what the fuck? What'd you get out of it? I mean, ain't that crazy? Women used to have to, they sold their pussies and they'd have to stand on the corner. It used to be a show on HBO that used to come on like 2 in the morning. I used to watch it when I was a kid. Be some hooker, be sucking some guy's dick or something. And they'd be standing on the corner. Guys pull up, they get in the car. Now, they just do it online. And they don't have to suck any dick. They just have to, like, show their butthole or something. Ain't that crazy? Guys are dropping. I mean, 500 is probably a low number. Guys are dropping a lot of money to see a butthole, see a pussy, see a titty. And these same women 100 years ago, they'd have to be on the corner selling pussy. That's what they'd be doing. They wouldn't be online. There wasn't no online. They'd be standing on the corner, making a hell of a lot less. Ain't that crazy? Like every once in a while on Twitter, you'll see some guy be like, I spent like $5,000 or something for a hug or something. A hug? What the hell? Got him a hug, a little meet up, and they hugged. So they say. I don't believe that. I think he fucked her. I think some of these girls, they be meeting up on them. And how do you get all this money with a picture? Oh, you made a video and a picture? You're making millions of dollars? Nah, it don't make no sense. Millions of dollars, there's got to be some rich dude giving you like thousands of dollars. You meet up somewhere. You fuck the guy. But the transactions through like OnlyFans, so that's how they're doing it. It's actually it's illegal. A lot of this shit's illegal. This OnlyFans shit's gonna blow up eventually. Because these bitches ain't paying the taxes. And I'm telling you, there's full-on prostitution going on through that OnlyFans. Gotta be. Ain't no guys giving some girl $5,000 to see a picture or see a video. Oh, take a marker and draw my name on your chest. What? No. And these retarded women, they probably have, the messages, probably messages and shit about these transactions. Probably all on OnlyFans. It'll get hacked eventually. It'll all be leaked out. And then they'll be in trouble. It's a mess. I seen some video the other day. Some girl's like, I started an OnlyFans, but I only make like $100 a month, and now I can't get a job because everybody's seen my asshole. Everybody in the town seen my asshole. Everybody in the town. Now, how did they know she started an OnlyFans? Who knows? Probably because she goes around advertising it in the town. And they all paid $5.99. They seen your asshole. And then they canceled it. They said, oh, damn, there's that girl. Always wanted to see her asshole. And then they seen it. And they said, all right, well, I guess that was worth $6. Now, I'm canceling. And then a few guys stuck around and they're like, fuck, I'd like to see more. And they made $100 a month. And now when you apply for a job, they type your name in and they find your asshole and they go, sorry, can't hire you. Your asshole's all over the internet. We typed your name into Google and your butthole came up on Google Images. So we're going to have to, what do they tell you? We're going to have to decline your application. We wish you well in your future endeavors. You're just not a good fit for the company. I mean, some dumb bitch that was like, I'm hot, everybody wants to fuck me. I'll just sell my pussy pics online, I'll be rich. No, you won't. No, you won't. Go to Arby's and get a job. Because the market is oversaturated. Yeah, you're hot, but who gives a shit? There's endless hot girls with OnlyFans. Nobody wants to pay for any of it. A few weird nerds who know you in real life secretly sub to it, and you get $100 a month. And you got to get on there every day and like twiddle your clit. All that not to get a husband. It's crazy. Go just get a husband. Go just do it the old-fashioned way. Sit at home and sweep a floor. That's all people used to expect of women. They just expected them to sweep the floor and cook something to eat and suck a dick. That's it. And change this diaper. And women, for some reason, wanted to go to work. I don't get it. They thought going to work. I don't know what they thought we were doing at work. I guess they thought we were partying or something. I don't know. Now they have to work like everybody else. And they cry about it. Every few days, there'll be a new video of some bitch freaking out in her car that she has to work. Is this all life is? I just get up and I go to work. And I get up and I go to work. And I get up and I go to work. That's what you wanted? Here's what your life could have been. Think about this. A man's mind doesn't work this way. He'll never be able to understand it. But they used to just, here was your life as a woman. You get up and you, by the way, how dirty can the house be if you clean it every day anyway? How it's not that dirty. It's just not. You're not doing anything. You're sitting down. That's why they have shows like The View. You understand? Because women just sit around all day, watch TV. And then when you get off work, they pretend like it was the hardest day of their life. And all they did was sit around and watch TV. Soap operas and shit. There's a reason that exists. There's a reason that daytime TV is just a bunch of female bullshit. Because that's what women are supposed to. They just sit at home all day. And they gave that up. They said, no, I don't want to sit around all day and watch soap operas. I want to go to work. Something is going on at work. I'm missing out. And they're not missing anything. And now they're at work, and now they're miserable. A man would never do that to himself. A man would never say, I'm just expected to sit around all day and watch TV and I guess do a load of laundry. No, I gotta get to work. No, let me go get a job. That's too hard. And then they complain about the children. The children are at school all day. The children are at school. They get up, they put them on a bus, and the kids go to school. I've had kids. The fuck? They go to school. And you just sit there all day. You ain't doing nothing. Gave that life up to go grind with everybody else at the job. Crazy. Imagine it. Nobody cared. Nobody cared that they sat home all day and did nothing. Nobody cared. Nobody said, what is that bitch doing? What's she doing there? She's just sitting around all day. Nobody was pressuring them. Nobody was like, hey, you got to get up and do something. You got to get out there and get a job. And they were like, no, we got to get out there and get a job. They wanted it. So when I see one of them in a car having a nervous breakdown, shut up, bitch. Get back to work. Female empowerment, feminism, you got it. You got what you wanted. Clock back in and get back to work. Quit crying in your car. I don't do that. I don't fucking go. I mean, what in the world? You're on break at work crying because you got to work? What the? Pathetic. So the men are getting just as bad. Now I see men making these videos. Grown man sitting in his car on his lunch break crying. Is this all life is? I just gotta work and then I gotta pay bills and go. things these liberals say. I mean, that's what liberal ideology really boils down to. They just don't want to work. That's what everything comes down to. That's why they hate capitalism, because they don't want to work. And they believe, well, if we have socialism, I don't have to work. No, you're going to have to work even more for less money, retard. Open up a history book. Learn about communism when it's put into practice. No, I'll just sit around painting pictures. After the revolution happens, I'll be sitting around painting pictures, and I'm going to start work on my book. I've always wanted to write a book, so after the communist revolution, I'll write my book. I bet you will. No, you'll be dead. That's the funny part. You'll be dead. We'll all be dead. We let you idiots get into power. We'll be dead. I mean, they're actually brain dead. They shouldn't even be allowed to vote. And they shouldn't be. These people are too retarded to vote. If you're crying about having to go to work, they should take your right to vote away. You're crying about having to do a basic part of life that everybody else does. You're crying about it. You're acting like it's... I'm not saying you can't be like, I don't want to go to work today, whatever. But you're like acting oppressed or something because you got to go to work. Like you're in slavery or something. There ain't no damn slave. And thank God they're taking your Reese cups away. Buy your own Reese cups. Buy your own sodas and candies and cookies. Buy your own shit. I don't see nothing wrong with the food stamp card. You can get a bunch of meat. You can get fucking eggs and shit, milk. Some dude was saying you shouldn't be able to get those little frozen dinners, but I disagree. I think you should be able to get that. You should be able to get like French fries or shit like that. I mean, what the fuck? But cookie and candy and I mean that's soda. I don't know. That's pushing it. That's pushing it. But maybe it should only be like meat and eggs and produce and milk and shit, cheese. Maybe you shouldn't be able to get no pizza. I don't know. Pizzas, I don't know. Maybe I'll let you get a pizza. I don't know. Maybe I'll let you get a frozen pizza. I don't know. Definitely you should be able to get frozen potatoes and shit like that. But like ice cream and cake and how am I gonna get my child a birthday cake? If you're so broke you can't buy one birthday cake a year, you're a fucking loser, bro. Why don't you just not buy weed that month, you know? Why don't you just don't buy, don't buy fucking whatever you buy. Video game, whatever the fuck it is that you buy that you don't need. Why don't you just skip that and get your kid a cake? You fucking loser. For the love of God. If you are so broke that your kid will not get a birthday cake unless the government steps in, you got a real problem. Don't you realize that? You need to get your shit together. That's insanity. It's one cake a year, and they're like $20, $30. Are you fucking kidding me? You can't handle that one time a year? You're in over your head. Get rid of that car. You need to get rid of a lot more than the car. You get rid of everything. because the government has to intervene to get so your kid can have a birthday cake. Think about that. Think about that as a person. The government has to step in and get your child a fucking cake for their birthday. You can't shell out $30. You can get a nice cake for $20. Come on. Go to Walmart sometime and look at the price of the cakes. What does your kid need? A fucking $100 cake? Some fancy shit? No, it's a cake. They're like $20. And then they draw their fucking name, happy birthday, Johnny, and you have that written on it. And they'll do that for free. It's like between $20 and $30 for a nice cake, nice size cake. Plenty of cake. How much cake you need? See, I'm broke too, so you can't bullshit me. I don't want to be lectured on what it's like to be poor. I've been poor my whole life. Shut the fuck up. You can get the cake. You can afford the cake for the birthday. And you can afford to get a toy for them. And you can afford a little balloon and ice cream. You can. You can. And if you can't, look, you need to go over that budget. You need to go over that thing and you need to start cutting shit out of it. Because something is not right. It doesn't make any sense. This is not a recurring purchase. Like every month you got to buy a $30 cake. It's a one time a month, one time a year. One cake a year. $30 a year. And you're begging the government to step in. Government, please step in. It's insane. You're insane. That argument is insane and retarded. Stop using it. Because you sound dumb as shit. Don't you realize how dumb you sound? You could even, if you wanted to get, I think the $30 cake, let's say it's $30. I think you could afford that. I think pretty much anybody can. But if you really wanted to save some money, you could go to the bake aisle. You could buy the ingredients and make the cake from scratch. Probably be a better cake. Probably taste better, that's for sure. And you could make your own cake with the ingredients. And that's probably going to be a hell of a lot cheaper than $30. You'll need cake mix. You'll need frosting. Maybe you'll have to buy a pan. I don't know. Maybe you have a pan. I don't know. Depends on what you got at home. Well, you'll need some egg. You'll need an egg or something. I don't know. No excuse. No fucking excuse. Crack down, RFK. Crack down on this shit. And people's just selling the food stamps anyway. Just selling them everybody. That's what really pisses them off. Because it's like, oh, it's going to be harder to sell them now. Because people are going to be like, I don't really want to buy a bunch of meat and stuff. I was going to buy some cookies and shit with that. Because who's ever buying the food stamps, they probably already buy meat and stuff like that. So that when this guy sells them the food stamps, they're like, all right, I'll get some snacks with that. Yeah, I'll give you like $100 and then I'll go to the store with your food stamp card and I'll buy some bullshit. I'll buy some sodas and some bullshit like that. Because it ain't my money. I guarantee there's a lot of that going on. Well, now you can't do that. So now, I don't really want to buy your food stamps, guy. Sorry, lady, I don't want to buy them. I already got hamburger meat at the house. Sorry, lady. I already got eggs and milk and bread. Going after poor people's food. You should be going after the military's budget. Oh. maybe you should have thought about that before you got on TikTok and made some big video about how you got $6,000 a month in food stamps and your whole family was at the store holding donuts and Chips Ahoy and 12 packs of Coke. And then people were like, what the fuck? People were looking at that and they were like, man, and this bitch don't even have a job. And she's got 3 carts of food. She's got all the snacks. She's got everything. And then everyone with a job is like, I don't have none of that. I don't have a bunch of Chips Ahoy cookies. What the fuck? Cancel all that shit. She don't even have a job. It's not like, oh, this poor woman, she's working her ass off. She just needs a little help. Can we help her get some eggs and her poor starving children? All these children are fat. She's fat. Got Chips Ahoy, got ice cream, got cakes. Fuck a birthday cake. They're buying a cake every month just because. It's birthday every month. Paid for by the taxpayer. Like, we need the military. We need that. We don't need your fat ass, to have those cookies. We don't. We actually don't. That actually is that's a bigger priority to me, I think, because first of all, you're killing yourself and your children. You and your fat children are all just eating all this. The government is giving you thousands of dollars and you are buying every little Debbie snack in the aisle. You're going down and you're getting one of each. You're buying all the donuts. You're going crazy. You have too much money for food. That's your problem. You actually have too much food. We need you to have less money for food. That way you'll think twice about spending it all on donuts and shit. Instead, you'll be going, all right, we ain't got all that money. We have to, okay, let's buy some hamburger. Let's buy this. Let's buy that. And you're going to eat less too. You need to be eating less, actually. Like, I keep hearing about all these poor people. You're going to cut their food stamps, and oh God, what are they going to do? Well, most of them are fat. From what I see in all these videos, they're fat as fucking hell. They actually need to starve a little bit. They need to take a break from all this eating. They're dying, killing themselves. There's such a thing as too much. You got too much. You got too much of it. You're going crazy. You have too much. And we've given these people like $6,000 a month. Here's $6,000 you can spend at the you can only spend it on food. So they go to this. I mean, $6,000 in hamburger, in eggs. You're not doing that. So what are you doing? Well, I guess I'll get all these donuts. Hell, I'll get some ice cream. Hell, I'll get all this bullshit that I don't need, but I have all this money, and I can only spend it at this grocery store. So I'll just buy all this bullshit. There's only so much hamburger and eggs and milk you can fucking buy, and bananas and shit. There's only so much of that you can buy. And you buy all that. Now you got thousands of dollars left over. What are we going to buy? We're going to buy a bunch of Reese cups. We're going to buy a fucking Big Red. We're going to buy fucking, get those Tate chocolate cookie, the Tate cookie shop. I've never had them, but they look expensive. We'll get those. Get the most expensive cookies on this aisle. I want the most expensive chips. I want everything on this aisle the most expensive. The top brand. I'm going to get all the cereals. Get all these cereals, and I'll get every flavor of Pop-Tart in this bitch. And you just got a bunch of bullshit. And no wonder you're fat. Hell, you're loaded. We're giving these people too much food. Too much food stamps. Like, I seen a fat woman. She was like that. Oh, you can't get Reese cups no more? She was talking to the cashier. Can't get Reese cups on food stamps? You don't need no Reese cup. That's the last thing you need. Look at you. So once again, like, the liberals want you to believe all these poor starving people. But there's no starving people. It's not like there's like a real skinny woman with her skinny children and they're just starving. Oh, just God, I can't. My son just wanted some donuts. Oh, Trump is evil. RFK's evil. My son just wanted the donut. That poor child. Look how small he is. He barely eats. Can he have a donut? No. It's a big fat slobbed kid crying about not getting the donut. And every time you see it, you're like, he don't need no more donuts. Take the donuts away, RFK. Take it away. It's always some big fat motherfucker crying about the food. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's always a fat slob crying about the food stamps. Crying about how, I don't know what I'm going to do now without, they cut my food stamps. I don't know what I'm going to do. Hopefully go on a diet. That's what you need to do. Take a look in the mirror. It's a blessing in disguise for you. Anytime you don't have anything to eat, it's a blessing in disguise. You eat too much anyway. God forbid you don't eat. God forbid you don't have a little snack. God forbid there's no cookies. I just want a cookie. God forbid you don't have one. God forbid you don't have a little soda. Are you going to die? You're going to be fine. They're acting like RFK just banned soda. It's like, you can't have it no more. You just got to pay for your own money. These people have got so used to just all this free money that when you start taking it away, they're like, what the fuck? Because I've warned about this for years, like this government assistance, when you get used to it. And then your whole life is wrapped around it, your whole budget. Think about it. Normal people, they got to buy food. They got to buy groceries out of their paycheck. So they factor that into their paycheck. They might want to go do this or they might want to do that, but it's like, I got to eat. I can't just starve to death. So I can't do that. Can't buy that. It is what it is. But when you get like $500-$600 a month in food stamps, you don't even think about money for food. So and you do this for years or whatever, and then one day it's like, oh, no more food stamps. Your whole fucking life's wrapped up in this. You've been doing this for years. Now, and you got these bills, right? You got Netflix. You got all these bills that it wasn't a big deal when you had the food stamps, but now that the food stamps are gone, now you gotta take $600 out of your paycheck and feed yourself, and that means some of this other shit's gonna have to go, and that's why people start panicking, and they make videos and have a fucking nervous breakdown. You shouldn't have got yourself in that position anyway. I'm not saying if you got food stamps, take advantage of it. Fuck, everybody else is, but some people won't take promotions at work because my food stamps will get, I've heard that my whole life. Oh, my food stamps will get cut if I make too much. Well, what happens when your food stamps get cut anyway and you didn't take that promotion? And you just fucked yourself. You always need to count on yourself, not count on the government. It's always better if it comes out of your paycheck than if it comes out of the food stamps, because it's your paycheck. If you go to work, you're going to get it. The government, I mean, some guy could win the election and just decide, you know what, no more of this. And you might get mad and have a little protest or whatever, but he might just go, I don't give a fuck, protest, faggot. The food stamps is done. You're not getting them no more. And then what are you going to do? You're going to panic. I don't panic when RFK gets on there and he's like, well, we might not let you buy soda. I don't panic because I don't care. I buy food out of my paycheck. I don't give a shit. RFK's not fucking with my paycheck. RFK's not like, hey, you can't take money and go buy a 12-pack. You can't do that. It's not what's happening. So why would I care? Why would any normal adult give a shit? Even if you have food stamps, it's like, well, fun while it lasted, I guess. Now I can only buy eggs with it and milk and shit. Well, that's still nice. I don't know what you're complaining about. That's still a good thing. Like, you mad, I can only buy eggs and milk and produce and fucking you can probably buy lunch meat. Oh, I mean, what are you baking? You buy, what are you mad about? You can still buy a lot of shit. Bread and shit. That's still saving a lot of money. If I want some hamburgers, I gotta go buy it out of my own damn pocket. Ain't no fucking food stamp card to swipe. See how entitled they are, though? It's never enough. It's like, okay, you can have food stamp, but we're not gonna let you get cookies and candy and soda with it. You can just get, the necessities, the real shit, actual food with nutrition in it. And instead of going, all right, well, thank you for the hamburger and shit. No, not. Oh, I'm gonna cry about it. Fucking pathetic. Nobody's mad at you for taking the free ride. Nobody's mad at you for getting that free food, getting that free money. People's mad that you're so entitled with it, that you feel like you're owed something. That's why people's turning on food stamp people. Because instead of being grateful, you shouldn't be complaining at all. You shouldn't be complaining about any restrictions on it, nothing, because it's free money. So what are you complaining about? You acting like you went and worked a 40-hour week and then a motherfucker pulled you to the side when you got your check and said, all right, you can't buy this, you cannot buy that, you cannot. Nobody did that. That's how you're acting, though. With other people's money, you're like, hey, don't tell me how I can spend your money. No, I can tell you how you're going to spend it. I voted to tell you how. You understand this? I voted for a guy that's going to tell you how it's going to be. And if you don't like that, there's an easy solution. You get a job or do whatever you want. Start a live stream. Do whatever you want to do to earn money. But you got to earn your own money, and then you can buy whatever you want with it. But you cannot be so entitled with other people's money. The more entitled you get with other people's money, the more those people are going to turn against you and just take that away. You keep on, people's just going to say, get rid of food stamps completely. If all you're going to do is cry, then just get rid of it completely. Which would actually be a good thing. I mean, all of these things, if they took them away, you'd be better off. Long term, you would. It'd be better for society, it'd be better for everybody. You're just too much of a baby to realize that. I understand. When people have to fend for themselves, society is better. Then when you have charity, I mean, that's someone voluntarily helping somebody. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you try to force people to do it, it's not a good idea. You're just going to piss people off. You can't force people to give their whole paycheck to somebody else. People don't like money coming out of their check. I keep hearing about, oh, the poor people. If you want to help poor people, stop taking money out of the check every week. For all these entitlement programs and shit. Stop taxing the shit out of us and let us keep our money, and we'd be better off. Look at how much money they take out of your paycheck every week for the income taxes and Medicare and all this bullshit. Now imagine if you got to keep all that on your check. Imagine. My checks are like $500. If I didn't have to pay all this bullshit, my checks would be over $600 a week. But I keep getting lectured by all these Democrats about, oh, we're trying to help poor, but you ain't trying to. They want to tax you more. You know, they keep calling the tariffs oh, the tariffs are like a tax on you. No, they're not. What's a tax on me is that shit you take out of my check every week. That's the tax on me. If you want to help me, if you care so much about taxing the people, get rid of that. Until you get rid of that, I don't want to hear your mouth on about tariffs. I don't want to hear it. If I'm paying the tariffs, that would mean I'd have to go buy the product. I'm not buying the product. I'm not paying anything. Nothing's coming out of my fucking. I'm not buying this shit. I'm not buying little dresses like Brian Cranston prancing around. I don't buy little dresses and prance around. It's not something I do. If that's what you're into, go ahead. I'm not here to judge you. It's just not for me. I don't prance around little dresses, so I don't buy them. So I don't care. I don't care how much they cost. I don't even know how much they cost. It's weird that a man would know how much a little dress costs. It's a weird thing. A little man with a little dress. Weird. That's why the Democrats are in free fall right now. The party's falling apart. Everyone's caught on to the bullshit. The tariffs are a tax on, oh, he's taxing us. You motherfuckers tax us. You want to tax us for the air we breathe. You want to tax carbon. You want to tax everything. Shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody falling for that bullshit. You don't care about taxing the people. If this was really a tax on us, they'd love it. And if when Trump puts tariffs on another country, it only affects us, how come these other countries want to make deals and get the tariffs lowered if the tariffs don't affect them? Nobody's been able to explain that to me. Lil Smokey, the experts said. The experts say a lot of things, and they're usually wrong. I don't know if you've noticed. I don't know if you've been keeping score with the experts, but they're usually wrong. And you might have an expert saying one thing. Guess what? I got my own expert says another thing. So we got two experts say two different things. Who do we trust? I don't know. I'm gonna trust the guy that doesn't fucking lie to me all the time, though. You do what you want, though. You trust the people that lied to you about every goddamn thing. Lied to you about fucking the basic biology they lied about. I mean, holy shit. The party is done. Democrats are done. Midterms are done. Nobody can explain to me how Donald Trump loses when he's keeping all his promises. That don't even make sense. How do you run and you make a bunch of promises and then you win and then you start delivering on the promises and then you lose? If anyone can explain that to me, I'm all ears to hear it. Hear the explanation. I don't think you have one, though. And who's your hero for 2028? Kamala said she ain't running again. She got some sense. She ain't gonna win. Who you got? Buttigieg? A guy that gets fucked in the ass is not gonna win. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm telling you what you need to hear. Pete Buttigieg gets fucked in the ass by another man. He ain't winning there. He ain't gonna be the president. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. He's not gonna win the male vote. How you gonna win without the male vote? And I don't think he can win the female vote either, because I think women, deep down, they do not want some feminine twink to be their leader. I just don't see it. Don't see it. And it's only a matter of time for women come to their senses too, because they're in shambles. Women are in shambles. And it's all their fault. And eventually they'll have no choice but to just give up with the bullshit, because it's not sustainable. The behavior is not sustainable, nor can society put up with it anymore. It's out of control. And the liberal women ain't even having children. It's a dying breed, the liberal woman. It's a sad reality, but it's not sustainable. The liberal woman not having children. And when she does have children, she transes them. It's a mess. It's a mess. Not sustainable. Men are already going right wing. Women. It's inevitable they will go right wing. The ones that don't, they're not even having children. The ideology won't even carry on because they don't have children. Who are they gonna pass it down to? Nobody. You Democrats are really fucked. I don't know if you really sit around and thought about it. Probably not, but I have. You're really fucked. Like, Donald Trump really did a number on you. Ain't that crazy? The guy from The Apprentice destroyed your party. Just completely wrecked it. And you're praying for something, a miracle. Like, a miracle has to take place to save your party. And I don't know what that is. I mean, you might say Jeffrey Epstein. I don't think that's going to do it, because you guys have no credibility. Somebody said on a podcast the other day, I can't remember who it was. No, I think it was CNN, where they did a poll, and the Democrats' approval was at like 17% or something. It just keeps plummeting. And the guy was like, the Democrats don't have the credibility to criticize Trump. That's so true. You don't have the credibility to criticize Republicans or Donald Trump. You do not. So when you try to do it, people just roll their eyes. Epstein's a perfect example of it. These motherfuckers, if they wanted to release those files, they could have done it the last 4 years. They didn't do it. They could have did it when Obama was president. They didn't do it. They was never talking about Epstein until just recently. And everybody realizes that. People ain't stupid. That's why their numbers keep going down. They keep destroying their credibility because they pop up. Suddenly they want to talk about Epstein. People's just rolling their eyes. Their whole party is just hate Donald Trump. Anything Donald Trump does, we got to say it's bad. People's catching on to that. You can't run a party on just hating Donald Trump. It's not going to work. Unless Donald Trump has to suck. First thing liberals got to do is get over the TDS and stop pretending Donald Trump sucks and Donald Trump hasn't did anything. He hasn't been successful. That's ridiculous. The only way you can run on fuck Donald Trump is Donald Trump has to suck. Economy's got to be fucked. We got to be in some crazy ass war. I remember when people was like, fuck George W. Bush, because we had a war going on and it was clear we shouldn't have been in the war and we were lied to go in it in the first place, and everybody knew it, and everybody was like, fuck this guy, because he was unpopular, and that worked. You could just say fuck this guy because he had fucked things up. Doesn't work with Trump. We're not in some crazy ass war. The economy's fine. He's deporting these people. It just doesn't work. They're fucked. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. They have to hope for some type of serious scandal. And you might say Jeffrey Epstein, once again, if you had dirt on Trump, why didn't you put it out when Biden was president? That's what everybody thinks. So you're going to have some real evidence on Trump for people to believe it. Now, the people with TDS, they're going to believe. They hate him anyway. But normal people they're going to need some evidence for this one. You've lied so much, nobody can take your word for anything, especially when it comes to Trump. You just lied so much, especially about Trump. So we just need the evidence. And clearly they don't have it. If they had it, we'd have seen it by now. Come on. I seen that faggot Harry on Twitter the other day. He was like, here's a clip where Donald Trump calls a 17-year-old girl pretty. He said she's pretty and beautiful. And then you watch the clip and he's on stage giving a speech or whatever. And it's like, what's the big deal about this? He called some 17-year-old girl pretty. What? This is the best you got? Impeach. Man, that's not going to do it, man. You're making serious allegations against Trump. We're going to need a little bit more than he said a 17-year-old girl was pretty. And the way he said it was not in a sexual way. It was on a goddamn stage. He was giving a speech. And they try to turn this little clip into some, oh my God, can you believe he said this? You know how many times I've heard an adult say some girl was pretty? Some teenage girl, or even, and they don't mean it in a sexual way. It's just ridiculous. If you got some serious evidence that Trump raped a kid with Epstein or whatever, let's see it. And if you ain't got it, shut up. Because you're making all these allegations, but you got nothing. People call in Jesse Lee Peterson's show all the time and push this Epstein shit. And none of them have any proof. They can answer no questions. It's just pathetic. You got nothing on the guy except your own thoughts, your own fantasies in your head that you want to be true. Like, these people are sick in the head. They want Donald Trump to have raped a child. They want it. They would love it to have evidence of that. They would love to know that some poor child was raped by Donald Trump so they can be right. So they can say, look at that. You voted for that guy. That's how sick these people are. It's not that they want, we just want the truth. No. Some people want the truth. They want justice. Some people want these things to be true so they can say, I told you so, and rub it in people's face. They want children to be raped so they can go, look at that. He's a piece of shit. You voted for that guy. You're sick. Your TDS has rot your brain. And why would a guy that was raping children with Epstein, why would he ever bring Epstein up? Why would he ever talk about that? Why would he ever mention that? It just doesn't make sense to me. There's tons of clips of Trump over the years bringing up Epstein and Bill Clinton and shit. Now, if he's involved and he's raping kids, how many times have you heard Bill Gates just bring Epstein up out of the blue? Or Clinton bring it up out of the blue? You just don't. Because they're clearly involved. I mean, Bill Gates' wife divorced him over it. She said she divorced him over the Epstein stuff. Clearly there's something going on there. For your wife to leave, she seems to think something went on. She left him over it. They don't want to talk about Epstein, and they never bring it up. Trump brought it up all the time. So just use a little, use your brain. Think about it for a minute. I know you hate Trump and you have TDS and everything, but my God, see why? It's why it clouds judgment. It's why I say TDS is so bad for you. It clouds judgment. You can't think straight. When it comes to Trump, you cannot think clearly. If you could think clearly, you'd understand. It don't make no sense. But you hate this motherfucker so much. So everything he does, you see it through this TDS lens. Not that Trump did himself any favors when his reaction to all this has been ridiculous. He's only hurting himself acting that way. He's only making people go, what the fuck's this guy's problem? What is he so worried about? But that's not evidence. You can't use that in court and put the guy in prison. You know what I mean? You got to have some evidence for this. And they keep saying, well, it's the Epstein files. The government has it. Why didn't the Democrats release those files when they were in power? The intelligence community has been going after Trump for 8 years. Why didn't they release this information? I just don't understand. Well, they didn't want to incriminate other people. Then you just release the Trump stuff. You just leak out the Trump stuff and don't leak out nothing else. You telling me they can't do that? Of course they can. That's the thing right now. It doesn't matter what Trump puts out. If you have TDS, you're not going to believe it. They could put out the entire Epstein files, but if it doesn't incriminate Donald Trump, you won't believe it. You don't care. So it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't. At this point, nothing that gets put out is going to satisfy any of you people. It's not. You're not going to believe it unless it incriminates Trump. You could have other people get arrested and everything, and that wouldn't be enough, because if Trump didn't get arrested, you'd say, oh, they covered it up. And Trump knows that. And it doesn't matter if he did something or not. They're going to take any information that gets put out, they're going to spin it to hurt Trump. Because they out to get the motherfucker. But once again, I ask you, if they had the information, if they got this stuff, why didn't they release it the last 4 years? Why didn't they put an end to this guy? Because they don't have it. They don't have a smoking gun on Epstein to put Trump down. They don't have it, and they know they don't got it. Why wouldn't they put that out? When Kamala Harris was floundering and everybody knew she was going to lose, why wouldn't you drop that bomb? October surprise. Why wouldn't you do it? They knew she was going to lose. They had internal polling. They knew she was a terrible candidate. Why wouldn't you drop your smoking gun, your nuclear bomb right there in October? October surprise. What an October surprise that would have been. You're going to have to accept they don't have it. I know that bothers you. I know you hate it. And I know, and Trump's behavior has made you think they do have something. He's done himself no favors, but I'm telling you, they ain't got nothing. I don't really understand Trump's behavior, but I still don't think they got anything. Not on Trump. Now, they may have something on somebody else, and Trump is compromised, and that may be true, where Trump has, he can't put this stuff out or they'll kill him. I don't know. But I don't buy into he's a pedophile. I have not seen any evidence of it. All I ask is for a little evidence. God forbid. Nobody cares about evidence, though, at all. It's like, we were talking about Vince McMahon on Twitter today. Some guy was like, Vince McMahon's family, they were talking about Hogan's funeral. They just had Hogan's funeral. And the whole McMahon family was there, apparently. And some guy commented, he said, that's the first time the McMahon family has been together in years, all in the same place. And I was like, how do you know that? You know what I mean? How do you know that? What a weird thing to say about a bunch of people, a family of people that you've never met. You know them on TV, but you don't know them, right? It's such a bold statement. They haven't been together like this, all together in the same place in years. How the hell would you know that? So I asked him, I said, how the hell would you know that? Well, he sent me an article about it. So I read the article. And I'm like, well, what's the source of this? Who said this? And it's fucking the coach, Jonathan Coachman. And I'm like, how would he know? And the guy's like, well, he has his sources and everything. Okay, so this is all hearsay from other people. He heard it from a guy who heard it from a guy. Don't you understand how silly you sound just making this bold statement like you know these people? Like, oh, that's the first time they've been together as a family in years. How would you even know that? How would Coach know that? Y'all people go on this hearsay shit way too much. You don't know these people. And these people that do these reports and stuff, they don't know them either. They know them more than you, but they don't know them. That fucking coach ain't going hanging out with Vince McMahon and shit. Are you high? Why don't you mind your business? What a weird thing to say. It's just, people are weird. They're fucking weird to me. You're so worried about Vince McMahon and his family and his wife or whatever. Why don't you mind your business? Let me tell you something about Vince McMahon and Vince McMahon's wife. They got more class than you. Though they're from a different time. A time you can't even understand. You never seen Linda McMahon come out crying about Vince McMahon shitting on some bitch's head or whatever the hell he did. She didn't write some tell-all book or whatever the fuck. No, they stay married and for the public image, for the family image. You could learn something from that, from the elderly. When those people are gone, it'll just be you fucking losers left. You clowns. Y'all get divorced over fucking nothing. Vince is shitting on some woman's head, and Linda's like, I'm staying married, though. I'm staying married. I'm keeping the last name. And when Vince dies, she'll probably put out a nice statement, a classy statement about her husband. And you'll say, look, he cheated on her. How could she? I wouldn't expect a classless loser to understand. I wouldn't expect it. It's okay. You have no class. It's like when Hogan died, and then some black wrestler would say, rest in peace, whatever, da-da-da-da. And then there'd be people in the comments. How could you say this motherfucker? Oh, God. It's called having class. Dancing on graves is classless behavior. And if you don't understand it, it's okay. You have no class. You're a loser. You have no sense. And God knows what else you do. God knows what other bullshit you do. I mean, all these people are like an expert on Hulk Hogan and his daughter. They know everything about their relationship. You don't know nothing, guy. You don't know nothing, guy. You don't know these people. Well, her dad's, he said he didn't want her dating black guys, and oh, God. Do you think, let me ask you, retard guy, do you think that matters when your dad dies? Do you think that's the first thought that, when she gets the news, when she gets the phone call and said, hey, Dad died, do you think she thinks about that time where he said the N-word and he told her she couldn't date black? Do you think that's the first thought that goes through her fucking head? You fucking lunatic. I mean, do you people ever realize you're losers? You're miserable losers. All we have to do is read your miserable fucking tweets to figure it out. You read the guy's tweets, you go, this guy's a miserable loser. This poor bastard. God help this motherfucker guy right here. Holy shit. I read all day, I read these stupid fucking tweets, and I say, I used to go, what the fuck is, I used to get mad, say, what the hell is now I realize these people are fucking miserable losers. This guy is miserable. And he's taking his misery out on the Hogan family, on the McMahon family, on the Trump family. Miserable. Quit taking your misery out on the McMahon family. You think Hulk Hogan's daughter was happy that her dad died? You think she, well, they weren't talking to each other when he died. How do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know what these people do in their private lives? You don't. Well, they had a public falling out years ago. That's great, guy. You don't know these people. Maybe they called each other. You don't know nothing. You really don't know nothing. Why don't you just shut the fuck up? Stop putting your 2 cents in. She hated him. And then she puts like a tribute video out. Oh, she really hated him. I'm sure she just hated her dad over some black guy. Are you retarded? Well, she didn't want to be in the will. They don't even bother to look in. They don't even bother to go, oh, I wonder why she didn't want to be in the will. I wonder, did she explain why? Oh, she did. Here's an article right here. Oh, had nothing to do with the black guy or anything else. Okay. It had nothing to do with hatred at all. Oh. It's amazing what you can find out when you just read the article. When you go past the headline, you can actually learn why. You ever tried it? You know how you read the headline, it's like, oh, interesting. But then you don't go past it, right? You just go, well, I'm not going to actually read this thing. Headline's enough for me. No, try reading the article, you'll learn about it. The headline's always misleading. It's meant to suck you in. You're meant to see the headline and go, man, she really hated her father, man. She hated him. He must have been a real piece of shit. Oh, it has nothing to do with that? Oh. Why'd you try to mislead me and make me think that, though? God, it's almost like you're evil. It's almost like the media's evil. Nah, can't be. Not the media, not precious journalists. Tell me Hogan scandals. Let's break them down. Let's really break this down. We know the one about the N-word and all that. We don't have to get into that. We know that. That's the obvious one. What are some other ones, though, that maybe I'm forgetting? And I don't think Hogan's racist. There's too many interviews with like black wrestlers that are like, man, he helped me get more money. He helped me get a bigger place on the card or whatever, which is the same, I guess, money. He said, I mean, look at these. There's interviews all over the place of the black wrestlers coming out saying he spoke up for me to management, or he helped me get more money, or so. I mean, why would a racist do that? Oh, he said the N-word. Yeah, but once again, if we're talking about racism, to me, the racism that matters is when you fuck some black guy over, you fuck some white guy over, whatever. Just saying the N-word in your house on a hidden camera. By the way, you weren't even supposed to hear him say that. It's not like he gave a speech and said it. You know what I mean? He didn't come out on Monday Night Raw and start dropping the N-word. This was a private in his house. He was in his house and they were secretly recording him. He's probably drunk too. He's probably drinking and shit, just chilling. And he said the N-word. Now, is that as bad as like stopping a black guy from, maybe getting a black guy fired because he's black or whatever? Because there ain't no stories like that. There's actually black guys saying he helped me get a job or he helped me make more money. So that should be what matters, not what he said in his goddamn house that you weren't even supposed to hear. You should actually be shocked. That should shock you that was even a story to begin with. As a society, we should have been like, where's this from? His house? They recorded him in his house? Like, what is this? Fuck this. I'm not participating in this. We should reject shit like that as a society. I mean, you want to talk about privacy. I shouldn't have to scan my ID to look at porn. Well, should a man be secretly recorded in his house? And when he's secretly recorded in his house, not confessing to murder, not confessing to a crime or something, saying the fucking N-word or something, saying that he don't want his daughter getting piped down by the BBC. Which, by the way, he didn't even say that. He was like, he actually said if she's going to be with one, why can't she get with an MBA, a rich one? That's what he said. She was probably dating some like broke black guy, like sagging his pants and shit. And I don't know if we ever have we ever seen a picture of the guy that Hogan was talking about? Like, what did he look like? Like, how did he dress? I wonder if, I've never looked into that. I wonder if that ever came out, what he looked like. I'd be interested to see what the guy looked like. But I guarantee you, there's a lot of black fathers wouldn't want their daughters to date the same guy either. And they'd probably use the same language too. But it'd be okay because he's black, right? And I think that's why a lot of the black wrestlers and stuff, they don't really care that he said that, because they probably get it too. They probably wouldn't want their daughter dating a motherfucker either. You think they want their daughter with some white dude? You'd be surprised how a lot of people don't want race mixing. Still in 2025, there's a lot of people that still just think it's not what they want. I get it. Oh, it makes sense to me. Like, if you're a black guy, you got a black family, you got a black daughter or whatever, you probably want her to be with a black man and have a black child and carry on the bloodline. It makes sense. But it's not like Hogan gave a speech on Raw saying, my daughter ain't going to be piped down by no BBC. Like, y'all were tripping. Y'all wasn't even supposed to hear that. Man can't get drunk in his house and drop the N-word. Like, what? What's going on? And the fact that everybody cares enough about it to still be talking about it and mad about it after he's dead, it's just crazy to me. He didn't kill nobody. Act like he fucking killed somebody, raped somebody. I seen somebody call him a pedo on Twitter earlier. Now, what makes Hogan a fucking pedophile? People just throw these words around, dude. People are killing language. Like, just the word racist means nothing. The N-word's losing more and more power by the day. It used to be one of the most powerful words. Now it's losing power. I don't know if you've noticed. It's losing power. Black people, the N-word's losing power. I'm telling you. T. West, how do you feel about the N-word losing power? There was another black-related thing I was going to ask you about. God, what was it? There's a lot going on in the world of blacks. Oh, what did Jesse Lee play on his show today? Somebody killed somebody. God, why did he kill that person? Something like at a restaurant or something. I'm trying to remember why he killed the guy. It was over some ridiculous shit, though. Over some real frivolous shit, killed the guy. I can't remember what it was, though. He interviewed that guy that, you heard about that guy? They're making the whites only town. Media's been crying about that. Let me go get a water. But he interviewed that guy. That guy was kind of talking about the Jews a little bit. I mean, you could definitely tell that he was a little skeptical about the Jews. But the whites only town, first of all, it's just a neighborhood. They can't like open up stores or stuff because you can't deny service at a store, but you can have like a whites only. You can buy land and decide who lives there, I guess. And if you're mixed, you can't live there. Whites only. And it's only like 40 people. I love how the media is making it something like, oh, it's not even worth talking about. It's like 40 fucking guys that bought some land and are building houses on it. Big deal. Cares. The purpose of this live is to educate you on trans rights and other LGBTQ rights. Do you have any questions about that? Any questions about LGBTQ plus rights? Yes, this is age restricted. We don't want no children here. Are you a child? Man, get him out of here. Fuck him. T. West, escort him to the door. Escort this child to the door. Get him out of here. Get these children out of here. Get him out of here. Past your bedtime. 12:30 at night. Damn, it's already 12:30? The fuck? I'm about to go get on Rust. Who's logging in? Ricky Perez? Rogue? Yeah, make them scan their ID to get on here. Get these kids out of here. You got a girlfriend? Well, this is LGBTQ stream, so you need to leave unless you get a boyfriend. We don't like straight people around here. Because I don't want to talk to children. I'm a grown man. What do I have in common with little Timmy? Nothing. T. West, how about logging in for a little bit? How about dedicating an hour in honor of it's Men's History Month. I don't know if you know that. Last month was White History Month. It was a great month. I don't have a problem. I wonder if my base guy, I got 2 bases on 2 different servers. Surely one of them didn't get raided. I kind of like that other one we were building that we had when we had to go to that other server. I don't know if it's still standing though, because a lot of it was made out of wood, so I don't know. Surely one of them's up. That T app was retarded. Ugly women spend way too much time trying to figure out if they're getting cheated on or whatever. Here's some advice. Get in the gym, do some squats or something. If you're so worried about being cheated on, work on yourself. Make yourself hotter so you don't get cheated. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to track the motherfucker down on some app or whatever. Does anybody know this man? Has anyone sucked this man's dick in the last week? I sucked his dick the other night. What? What? It's an app full of ugly bitches. Ugly ass loser bitches. Who have a boyfriend and are lucky to have that boyfriend, but probably treat him like shit. And are so insecure about being cheated on. But they probably don't even fuck the guy a lot. They're all stuck up about it. I'm more than just my body. Women are weird. They do weird shit. Don't make no sense. You're smoking some bath salts? Uh-oh. I didn't even know they still had that. Remember when the guy ate the bath salts and ate that guy's face on the side of the road, the homeless guy? What the fuck? What about that shit they got now? It's some type of pill or something, some type of cap, like a. They sell it at the gas station and shit. They sell it at the vape stores and shit. Some type of kratom shit, but now they made it into like a little pill. And I hear it's terrible. It looks terrible. I remember when I first saw it, I was like, that's horrible. Somebody in here was trying to get me to try it. Who was that? I think it was Baseball Worldwide was talking about him. I think he was doing them. I ain't trying that shit. People getting hooked on it. People getting fucked up by it. I think it's an opiate or something. Don't sound good. Y'all motherfuckers in a lot of pain, huh? What does that do? I don't know what that does. Kratom. What does that do to you? Does it give you energy? Does it relax the body, take the pain and the aches away? What does it do? I've never tried it. Fuck does kratom do? What do them little pills do? What does that do? Why are they taking them? Never tried a honey pack. What does that do? I don't bust quick anyway. It takes me forever. Mold. I don't think I need that. Yeah, get a migraine for some shit I don't even need. I'll pass. Get your little blue chew. Jacob Larson, let's get on a rush. Old times. T West, log in. Do it for the culture. Y'all come with me? T West, log in for the culture. It takes 5 seconds to pull the cover off of you. Wake me up
when September ends.
Wake up, Marshall. Ball game, T. West.
You don't work tomorrow, no excuse. I've given you the day off. And I'm gonna switch over. I'm gonna switch over.